Hi guys. So it's me Roy and it's been a while. I think the movie already came out. Still haven't watched it. Not surprised though. I kind of seen clips everywhere. I think majority of people liked it. I'm not gonna lie. The designs seemed a lot better in animation than they did with like the teasers. But um Adrian's design still kind of was the worst out of all of them, we could say. And this video took really long, not solely because I was procrastinating, but also because designing Adrien was very, very hard for some reason. It was a lot more difficult than designing Marinette. So, I put my money where my mouth is and tried my best. So, redesigning Adrien from the beginning was very hard for me because what I originally thought was just having Adrien look like the soft boy, and then his alternate persona as Claude Noir would be like the evil one. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, that's just Cat Noir, except making him evil. Like, that's not really like a different version. That's just kind of the same thing, different font. And I was thinking of going this route because I personally like the trope of the character that doesn't look like they could do wrong, or they could like manipulate people or be an evil person, and then turns out they are an evil person. That's one of my favorite tropes. But thinking back, I decided to scrap the entire idea of that. And then once the movie or the special came out, I realized like a lot of the things I had predicted or wanted to see didn't happen. And so then creating this video became a lot more difficult because either I just continue on with my own headcanons of what it was supposed to be, or I try to alter this video to fit with the narrative of the movie. But I didn't watch it yet, so we're just gonna do it the way my brain thought of it since the beginning, plus like the things I've seen. So yeah, it might not be completely accurate to the entire special. So for my redesign, the first thing I did was completely change the hair, because the longer I stared at the Adrien alternate versions hairstyles, I realized that was the problem. That was the whole problem. Like, the rest of it was okay, but the hair was the problem. Like, that's what made it. Adrien with his long hair and the rest shaven made him look like an incel, not gonna lie. And then for Claude Noir, it just, a lot was going on and it did not look good. So for this one, I decided to have his hair down, have it longer than the original Adrien's. I think I color it too a little bit. Made his hair wavy and just look kind of like messy but natural. And it's not too long, it's not too short, it's perfect, because I was going for a biker vibe with him. I didn't want to go full emo. I wanted him to just be he compliments Marinette and Marinette compliments him, but I also wanted him to have his own kind of style and his own kind of character, which we don't really see with the original Adrien. And I do this intentionally. You see, in the beginning of the show, Adrien had a personality. Like, he was the soft boy, he was the good obedient boy, but not because he wanted to, it was because he had to, because of his father. But then Cat Noir was his like self-expression. It was his way of getting away from the expectations of being the son of very famous fashion designer and being a model. And that was amazing, that was great. But as the season has gone on and the show has continued, I feel like we lost, and Adrien lost who he is. Like, we don't know, and he doesn't know who he is. And I think that is such a huge waste of potential, because Adrien was one of the most interesting characters in the entire show. He made it funny, he made it watchable, but he's just been progressively just downgraded to the sidekick. And I know they like kind of always talk about this and like, oh, he's not the sidekick, you're not the sidekick. Then treat him like as if he's a real hero, not the sidekick. But regardless, I bring this up because I want this alternate Adrien to be the exact opposite. And so this Adrien is confident, he's self-assured, he's unapologetically himself. He does not pretend to be anything but himself for anybody. He still does modeling, he still does, everything that he does. But he is self-sufficient. He doesn't rely on anyone like that. So I went about this trying to show those traits by like having him look more rebellious, more of like a biker, because like once again the biker thing was the vibe I was going for. I had him have piercings, the leather jacket, the jeans, and then the biker boots, and I wanted his pose to be more open, and like, at least personally, I think I kind of hit the nail where he looks more open compared to the other Adrien. I didn't want him smiling simply because I feel like this Adrien is the kind of guy who wouldn't smile for other people. Like, he'd smile because he's happy and that's it. And I had it this way for a very specific reason. Reason is because I wanted our Adrien to look at this alternate Adrien as a version of who he could be. Unlike how the Marinette one, where it's a version of who Marinette does not want to be, I think for Adrien it'd be kind of cool if this Adrien was the kind of Adrien he would want to be, that it would inspire him to also be assertive and also tell people what he wants, tell people that, hey, I don't want to be this soft boy or this like nice guy to please you guys or for the company. I want to do my thing. And I feel like that could have been really amazing to see Adrien kind of just recenter himself and be like, yeah, what do I want to do? Who am I? Like, what do I want to be? And I feel like the show kind of they waste Adrien. I feel like most people would agree they waste Adrien. But this could have been a chance to like recenter it back and be like, yeah, we messed up, but we're gonna try again and see where this leads us. I don't know if they did that. I think I would have seen it if that actually happened. So this is most likely a headcanon, and once again my boy has been left out. So back to like my headcanons of this alternate Adrien. Before Adrien would turn out to be a nice guy, I had assumed that Adrien his dad either was dead or like if he was there he was kind of the same. He just didn't have his powers or whatever. So I, in my head, canon assumed that like he'd kind of be like a worse father. Like their relationship would be a lot more aggressive, simply because this Adrien isn't the kind of guy to like step down or like be told what to do. And then Gabriel is also that kind of guy who's also is not the kind of step down and just let whatever happen. You know what I mean? They're both, I would assume like they would both be too stubborn to let things go and just continue on with life. Like I feel like their relationship would have been extremely strained. But if we go with what the show, I guess the special one, I guess, like I don't even know, like I didn't watch it, but I'm assuming like Gabriel's a good guy, right? So like I don't know, best dad of the year maybe, just Adrien being kind of having a rebellious phase because he lost his mother. So but I'm going with the non-complimentary of the special because I'm already doing whatever. So yeah, I feel like he would have a really strained relationship with his dad, especially after his mom died. And I just wished Marinette and Adrien were together. Like, at least in an alternate universe. Like, come on, guys. Like, you could have at least given that. But apparently not. Like, I don't know. In my head canon, they're together. Because, one, I don't like the back and forth, trying to, like, the love triangles. I think that's one of the things that put me off. Like, it made, like, I'll be honest with you, I for sure thought this was, like, a superhero show, and I was like, oh my god, amazing, I love it. But then the further it went in, I'm like, oh, this is just a love story, and they still happen to be superheroes. And so, like, I don't know, I can't handle those, I don't like those kind of shows. So for an alternate universe in my head, I would have just preferred them to be together already. And I think low-key they would probably have a pretty good relationship. Like, overall, I think they would have a good relationship. Like, I don't think they'd break up, and I do think they love each other. But they would have, like, reoccurring issues, like Marinette's insecurities and Adrien's grieving, and I would think his inability to open because of those feelings of grief. Like, but they do kind of, like, balance each other out, you know what I mean? Like, Adrien, like Marinette, but yeah, like, Adrien kind of, like, you know, calms down Marinette from, you know, being too aggressive or bullying other people. And then Marinette kind of just, like, helps Adrien with his grief and, like, you know, helps him out, give him, like, attention and, like, a safe space that he obviously doesn't have at home. And I think the huge problem is that, you know, Adrien would be trying to do the same for Marinette, but Marinette is insecure, and because Adrien can't be, like, open as much as he would want, or as much as Marinette would want, that would cause issues, pretty severe issues. But I do think they wouldn't break up. Like, they do love each other, and they would find a way to, like, figure it out. And I always like when couples have things of that was given from their partner. So I added, like, a little bracelet with the colors of Marinette. So, you know, she gave that to him, and yeah, I think it's super cute. I also had canon that this alternate Adrien, like, keeps everything Marinette makes him. Like, she can make him, like, a little paper heart, and he will keep it, and he will put it in, like, in a little, you know, safe basket or whatever, and he'll just keep it forever. Like, I feel like he might have difficulty showing his love, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't, like, absolutely, like, loves her. And that's why, personally, I think they wouldn't break up if they were together. In this hypothetical alternate reality of the special. And then I'll be honest, like, the one part that I really like about the official alternate Adrien's design is the eyeliner. So I decided to just add that because I really did like the eyeliner. I think it makes his eyes pop and everything. I didn't make a cat noir, like, design because I really wanted to focus on Adrien in this video, especially because I feel like Adrien as himself kind of always gets forgotten. So I just want to make a video focusing solely on him, and that's it, you know what I mean? And for some final touches, I added some claw marks on his jeans, and then I made his eyes look all sparkly and things. And that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching.